Hello to all the viewers to our amazing show, and a big welcome to Dorrianne, our iconic group fitness instructor that works from our Fernwood Seven Hills branch. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you, Sylvia?
I'm great, and thank you so much for joining us today in this crazy time of lockdown.
Yeah.
Can you just let the viewers know which Fernwood you work for and which LGA you are currently in lockdown at?
Okay, I work at Fernwood Seven Hills, and I'm in Blacktown lockdown.
Blacktown lockdown. So, and again, thank you for coming on this show and sharing your experience with us, because we all are dying to know how you have managed to lose 5 kilos in this 6 weeks of lockdown. I'm just super excited to know what you did and what your challenges were. So can you let all the viewers know how you did it and how you got there?
Okay, all I did was, because you know how we had our last lockdown, I felt really frumpy being of my age and going through menopause and that. I just felt, so this time I just thought, no, I'm going to look at my nutrition, have my vegetables, have my 3 meals a day, have my certain snacks, and just train hard. So I took weights down lower because I teach so many pump classes. So I thought I'll go lower weights, a little bit more cardio, and then start to gradually go back up in my weights. And I just noticed that my weight had just kind of like started going off a little bit. I'm like, so 5 kilos later, and I don't think I'll lose any more, but I think that's more than enough. I feel fitter, I feel better.
Okay, so you've done two things. You said you watched your diet, so your nutrition played a part of this. So you said your vegetables, and you now, did you calorie count? Did you write down what you were doing and what you're eating through the day, so you had some clarity on what you are eating through the day?
I did get a bit of a diary down and wrote on a piece of paper. Morning when I get up, have a cup of tea, train, because I don't like training with food on my stomach. Yeah. And then I'll go and have breakfast. So I would have oats, with like berries or something. And if I felt like I wanted something, I would have an apple about 11. And then I just would continue on and have my meals, nothing really calorie counting, just portion size. A lot of vegetables. I do eat a lot of fish. And I made that more of an afternoon when I was going into my evening. So I'd have my fish, just calorie portion control. That's mainly what I did.
Fantastic. So it sounds like you're eating good, nutritious, water-based foods such as the vegetables. And I'm sensing that you've got protein obviously there, because we do know that protein is one of the building blocks of muscle and protein synthesis, and it does help in regulating weight, which is fantastic. As a vegetarian myself, I'm eating a lot of vegetables, and I'm finding I'm not putting any weight on in lockdown, which is fantastic. And yes, I am training actually every day. So something just struck me when what you just said, that you're writing things down, but then you're not exercising on a full stomach, because I know once you do tend to eat a bigger meal, you tend to be sort of sluggish, and it doesn't give you any motivation to train. So I'm quite liking that you're training in the mornings, are you?
Yeah, every morning. Yeah. And I might have one day off, say Sunday. That's about it. Yeah.
You're training every morning, which is good, because obviously you wake up, you have a cup of tea, and you might have something like exercising. So you know what, so what I'm hearing, it's done and dusted for today, and then you can enjoy the rest of the day. And obviously your endorphins are kicking in and so forth. Well, that's fantastic. Dorrianne, how did you, it's been 6 weeks now that we're in lockdown. Any challenges? Did you face days where you didn't want to do anything? We all get those days.
Oh, yeah, there's quite a few days I would I don't have to go teach. I don't feel like doing this today. And it'll be a midday, and I would just think, no, go and do, even if it's 20 minutes, go and do something. So it might have been just a walk around the shops or something, because I live about 15 minutes away. Go for a little bit of a walk if I didn't feel like it, but I would push myself to do it. I think if I want to go back, feel fit, feel comfortable in my own body, I'll just go and do a little bit of cardio on the days that I feel really down and I don't feel like doing it. And that's all I did.
Well, that's fantastic. For me, getting myself out of bed every morning, I try to make myself accountable. And what I've been doing, I've been speaking to my husband, Anton, and I've been saying to him, hey, can you just make sure get me out of the house, just, make me go for that walk or make me even, I'm out of the LGA, I'm in the Sutherland Shire. So I'm lucky because I've been able to actually come into our clubs to check up on clubs. So he's been actually pushing me to do that. So I think one of the key messages I want to share out with the viewers, don't be afraid to tell someone, tell your family, we're all at home with a partner. And even if you're not with a partner, if you ask one of our single members, text or message your friends. We all have friends. We all have someone that we can speak to. I always like to tell someone, because tell them what your goals are, and I promise you they will keep you accountable. So again, great and, awesome to hear that. And I heard that you're a grandmother to 7 grandchildren. Wow, hello. That's amazing. Yep. Now, you're not actually in direct parenting mode, but you've lived through parenting and so forth. Any advice out there, especially for the mums that are homeschooling? What advice can you give them? A, staying sane, and B, and B, just, keeping the consistency and exercising and watching the nutrition. What do you have to say about that, Dorrianne?
I've always had my husband to help me with our kids, and our grandkids, like you said, I don't really have them, and I don't really can see them at the moment because we're not allowed to, because I'm only allowed to leave 5
There's another challenge in itself, isn't it, not being able to see your grandchildren?
So we have FaceTime, how you have FaceTime, and we talk to them that way. And the only thing I would say to the mums, because I feel so sorry for them, they're challenged with these little ones or the teenagers, you need to take some time for you, because it is challenging with children. They're all going to give you some sort of grief along the way during the day. So if you can take, even if it's only 10 minutes or 15 minutes, just go for a little walk outside around, to say to the kids, I'll be back in a minute. You need to have your me time. And that's going to keep them moving throughout all this lockdown.
Hopefully, yes. Yeah. And I like your message there. It's basically the key I'm getting here, or I'm understanding, is communicate. And sometimes, I've spoken to many mums in lockdown, and I've said, well, how are you getting that message across that you need me time? And most then said, I communicate, whether it's, getting everyone together in the sitting room, getting everyone around the dinner table and saying, hey, this is mummy time. At 9, at 1 o'clock, I'm giving you your lunches, but it's me time. And then they all give each other a high five, and it starts from those. So I guess the point is, start having those conversations.
That's it. They need to communicate.
Communicate. And the last topic now that I want to discuss, which is, mum's the word, menopause. And we've seen the episode on 60 Minutes last Sunday night, and for those viewers who haven't, go back and follow up on that program, because there's a lot of help out there. And if I can give you the floor now, Dorrianne, and just explain where you are with all this, and what you're doing about it, and if maybe this might resonate to some ladies that are going through it at the moment.
Okay, because I'm at the other end of it virtually, I still get an occasional hot flush. I still get a little anxious when the hot flush is coming. So if my hair's down, sometimes I really feel, and I'm like, oh, and you feel a little sickly with it. Well, some people don't, some people do. But I started perimenopause at 47. I got really sick at 49, and the doctor had to give me some strong meds, so it kicked me right into menopause.
Can I just ask how old you are now, if you don't mind sharing that?
60.
Oh, wow. Well, you look amazing. Wow.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks. I just went to Terry White's Chemist. They had this one beautiful girl there. It was years ago now. I can't remember exactly, but she just put me onto some natural stuff. That's all I wanted. I didn't want to go on to the other stuff. But some people really do need to go to their doctors first and talk to them, because HRT might be the way to go. I'm not sure. It depends on where they're going through. But menopause makes you sick. You get hot. You just feel uncomfortable in your own self. You bloat. You just feel like you're putting on weight. You retain water. It's horrible. It is horrible. But, there is light at the other end of the tunnel. But if you need to discuss it with somebody, maybe the doctor first, and then go from there and see what will be good for yourself. I just made sure I exercised and a lot of water and did my natural stuff. That's all I did the way through it.
And so you've made your way through it. Well, I hope this does resonate with a lot of our viewers there, whether you're in, going through menopause, or you're at the other end, or you're perimenopausal. There is help out there, and please always seek the advice from a doctor. I think sometimes, you know, I've seen it working in the gyms. I've seen a lot of women that you know, were telling me that they were going through something and they didn't even know what it was. And I always say, go seek medical help. And, you know, there's a ton of information that you can look at out on the internet these days. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You need to make sure if you're feeling that there's something wrong, see a healthcare professional. And you can always go to the chemist and say, I'm just feeling a little, and that will help put your finger on it. It is menopause. Go to your doctors. You might need a little bit extra. If not, go to the chemist and get some healthy stuff for you. You know, it's sometimes to do with your diet as well. If you can control the diet and keep moving and exercising through menopause, you'll get to the other end. No worries.
That's fantastic. And hey, viewers, tune into my Fitness Guru Sylvia's Sunday Fitness. Briefly, this video segment that I've just done today with Dorrianne, and a little touching up on menopause, and that's on Sunday on our live on our Facebook group at 1:30 on Sunday, and it's for all our members and guests to tune in, and hopefully you might learn something. And yeah, and I hope this has resonated with you. And hey, for the viewers, if you're watching this, just, you know, give us a thumbs up and tell us, you know, did it resonate with you? Are you watching it again on repeat? Yeah, because, you know, we're trying to just basically help everyone get through lockdown. Yeah. Keep true to the formula. Keep watching our group fitness classes that we have so kindly put up there. But again, thank you, Dorrianne, for sharing your time with us. We really, really appreciate it.
And thank you, Sylvia. I feel very honoured for you to want to speak to me about this and give it to our members. Yeah. So hopefully we'll get to go back soon, and help them in the gym. Yeah.
We'll be together again and pumping it out and doing all the fun things we do. So thanks again, everyone, for tuning in, and thank you, Dorrianne, and bye for now.
Bye.